Nighttime combat in video games is inherently a flawed concept. I mean, I don't know about you. That's just a weird way of doing things.
Okay, you need any more voice info, Fiora?
No, I'm good. Did we get a magic user or no?
Nope.
Sadly, no.
No one rolled magic.
Everyone's afraid of
Or,
magic.
My character wouldn't be afraid, I don't think. Because he's an Albion, and they literally worship mages as druids. He'd be like, oh, look, a druid.
Mages as druids.
Yeah, Albion, they're called truth speakers. They also literally worship the earth, so if Thomas just hugs a tree, you know why. I wish I was making that up.
You wish you were making that up? When do you wish you were making that up?
I don't know, it was just kind of funny.
I guess it might. So how's everyone today?
Rather good.
I'm pretty sore.
So I've got the book in front of me, which means I don't have to reference the screen off to the left. I have a book. An actual book.
Oh god, V's dangerous.
Stop bragging.
God, it's like I've stepped through a portal in time or some shit. Also, Hitomi might murder me. Hey, Hitomi. You still here?
No, I think Hitomi's dropped out.
Oh, god damn it, Necklace. I hate you too. If you'll go on, I can start the stream, Necklace. You're literally inhibiting all of us. So, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Why are you murdering me, Hitomi? Because I have to point this out. When you finish editing that which I have sent you, the thing we've been doing together will be over 100,000 words. But in the meantime, so are all of you ready to be shoved into the dark abyss of a world we all hate and love at the same time?
Pretty much.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yep.
You say let's do it, and there we go.
Leroy!
Leroy Jenkins.
I mean, if you're gonna die, you might as well die screaming Leroy Jenkins.
I cannot find fault with your logic. As much as I want to.
There is logic in what he says.
So, normally there would be a handout I would be giving all of you, but since this is a hard copy book, giving you said handout is difficult, so I will read it instead. All of you grew up listening to stories of the Great War against Chaos. The tale of Magnus the Pious and his victory over the army of Chaos is well known. While there have been many wars and threats in the 200 years since, there has been nothing on that scale. Until now. A dark chaos lord whose name is not yet known has invaded the Empire with 5 mighty armies. They swept down across the Chaos Waste, rank filled with mutant warriors, nightmarish monsters, and power-mad sorcerers. Flagellants and other prophets of doom declared these the end times, though they were far from it. As the Empire weathered the storm, you heard stories of it for months, until the town you were resting in came under siege. After a battle that lasted through the entire night, the town lay in ruins, but so did the warband of chaos that had shown up. They say that Sigmar will once again walk the earth, but it is doubtful, as you have now joined the caravan headed for Middenheimen in hopes of finding safe refuge from the growing battles. The town of Untergard in the Darkwood Forest is where you've come upon this day. The caravan scouts have fallen to you to hopefully find them a way through. The Beastmen tried to force their way across the Great Bridge not many days ago, but were rebuffed by the Empire, and now the town is in ruins, just like the city of Ultwad that you came from. As you peer over the bridge, it begins to rain. When you are looked upon by the caravan leader, Hans Brummer, a tall bearded man in his 30s. He's one of the dwellers of the forest who have elected to take the 2 towns of Umtgard and Altwad to safety. He's a very quiet man and stands in solitude next to the 4 of them. He looks over and says, "Go ahead. See what you can find." And then grows quiet. So hi everyone, how are you doing?
Rather good.
Tolerable.
So,
I'm alright.
if you would like to know anything else going on, you may take a gossip test at +30.
Well, I
I'll
got that.
pass.
Not the most talkative dwarf.
Yeah,
I
let's-
flunked out of command school.
Apparently, Thomas is just gossiping with everyone.
And how do I write that out?
You don't. You...
Not write it out, that's not what I meant. The
You'll click the little side dice, and it'll tell you if you have any. It'll ask you for any modifier, and you just type in the modifier.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so Thomas and Isabel have heard the following. That Captain Shriller is moving to meet the caravan with a small company from Middenheimen in hopes of rescuing all of you. Count Boris Todbringer of Middenheimen has promised a reward to anyone who can reach the city for the steadfastness during the incursion. He has also sent supposedly food and supplies with Captain Shriller from his own personal company guard. Additional rumors that have come up are most disturbing, though. Get a roll. Okay. Thomas, you're told that there are several people missing from the caravan who are being held by beastmen, apparently, in the forest. Meanwhile, Isabel is informed that Boris Tollbringer of Middenheim has offered a 10,000 gold crown bounty on the head of Karax One Eye, the beastman warlord who's ravaged the area you're in. It is said that they have been bitter rivals who have even dueled each other once before. Anybody else want to check for rumors wandering around your caravan before you venture onto this bridge area that you've heard over the last few days?
Sure, I'll try it just for shits and giggles.
This could be for the shiggles. It is a plus 30, so it's not like it's hard.
Well, let's see. Gossip, so that's a miscellaneous plus 30.
Yep.
He's gonna go, hey, where the fuck is the closest bar?
Come on, roll. Oh, I failed even without it.
You haven't filled out your sheet.
Working on it.
Yeah, that's what it should look like. I don't know what you did. Anyway.
Probably big picture.
Nobody wants to talk to the angsty dwarf.
To be fair, would you?
You approach the bridge. You've been assembled together because you seem to be the most capable lot for the daytime recon shift for the caravan. You don't really know each other. You were all just sitting in the tavern when the Chaos Soldiers began trying to storm your town. Littered everywhere are still the dying, decomposing remains of soldiers. Some of them still wearing their armor, others being picked over by dozens of carrion birds. There's even what appears to be people floating in the water. Who's just making random ambient noise?
Unfortunately, that is a foster dog.
It is the bowel of the great wolves.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you doing?
Are there any bodies near us right now?
What is on the ground is actually there.
Is there a bow?
Weapons seem to have been looted thoroughly, as have gold packs and things of that nature, though you may still be able to find something.
Okay, I'm gonna roll perception then.
On the ground.
So if you would like to scavenge the bodies, make a perception test, or if you would like to scout around, make a perception test, your choice, and move your character to where you would like to start looking.
Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing what you guys are seeing.
Yeah, I don't have any... I'm not, I still see the startings. Oh, there we go. But how the fuck did I get that perception test with my low fucking perception score?
Were you searching bodies, or were you looking around?
Bodies.
You were searching a body. Okay. Move yourself to the body you want to look at.
Where are we starting at?
On the right side of the screen.
I don't
Okay.
see anything.
Wow. That's almost a critical failure. You guys are looking at bodies, right?
Yeah, that guy.
No bodies.
Yes.
You're all looking for
I'm
bodies.
looking around at looking across the bridge that we have to cross.
Okay, make a perception test.
No memento. Deception test. Okay. I had to reload the game to find this.
Okay. So, Chaco, or Thomas, is in luck as he finds what appears to be a hand weapon stashed in the backpack of the fallen soldier, as well as 5 gold crowns.
Ooh.
However, no one has really kept close eye on the river.
Or someone tried, they just failed.
Up from the river emerge 4 figures covered in cloaks, though it is clear from what is poking out of the cloaks that they are no longer entirely human. One of them, his arm holding a short sword, is actually being held by a tentacle that can only be described as a slimy, grotesque appendage. A second one certainly has a set of horns poking up through his cloak, making 2 small holes, as well as eyes behind it that are yellow and seem to glow in the shadow of his own clothing. A third has the snout of a pig emerging from underneath his clothes, as well as the tusks of a boar. And the final one, whose cloak is mysteriously missing its hood.
Chaos.
I put your tokens on the map. You guys weren't supposed to duplicate them.
Sorry about that.
The fourth one, whose cloak hood is missing, has 3 eyes and is completely bald. All of this taking place as a guard is walking across the bridge to greet you. He appears to be dressed in military fatigues. He looks like a rather stately man until a shot rings out and he flies off the bridge into the water. The only thing you get from him just before is, "I'm captain," before the shot strikes him in the head and sends him careening into the river. The perception test was to notice the mutants before they shot Captain Skriller. And now you are faced with 4 mutants coming up out from under the bridge, looking at you with what appears to be intent to harm. Guess what it means?
Roll initiative.
Yes.
I also do love the person with the lowest perception chance.
Initiative.
Let's see here. Turn. Where's my turn tracker? Hello, roll 20. Where's the turn tracker?
No valid token was selected.
To use the initiative button, you need to select your token on the map and then roll your
but
initiative.
Where's my turn tracker? It's not popping up. Oh, there it is. Now I feel dumb. Alright, fill these out real quick, because you guys didn't select your token first. That's fine, I can do it.
I did.
I did not. who's who.
Wow, that's pretty fast for a dwarf.
Alright, so, first up is, I believe, Isabel. So please describe your character for everyone as you are forced into what is likely a life or death situation.
She has dark hair, fairly tan skin. She's wearing a white and green ensemble with a black middle, kind of wrap around her middle. One hand sort of on her firearm. She actually readies the firearm and sort of.
Are you a human?
I'm a human. Yes. Sorry, I forgot
What's
about
your
that.
distinguishing features?
She has earrings.
How many?
Just 2.
Only 2?
What are you wearing? Unless you're naked. If you're naked, that's fine. Just let us know you're naked.
No, she's actually described that just a second ago. Sort of a white shirt with a sort of green bottom piece and black sort of wrap around the middle.
Okay. So what are you doing?
She is readying her weapon because she heard a shot go off.
You see 4 mutants coming up out from under the bridge, weapons drawn. What are you doing?
I guess at that point I'm going to shoot.
Are you gonna
Let's
shoot?
see.
Talk to him? What?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
Aim and shoot. So, all right. Actually, let's see. Are they in range?
What are you using for a weapon?
Firearm.
Ooh, fancy. She's a gun.
Well, if she's using a pistol, might be a little long.
No, it's a rifle.
Well, that's another story then.
So you are aware of everything I just described as happening, right?
Yes, I am aware.
Okay.
I'm just looking to see if I'm within range of these people.
It's a bad day. Very bad day.
Just Jackie Jan comes out of nowhere. Bad day, bad day, bad day.
Can somebody read that for me? I can't from this Zoom.
75 feet.
Alright, yeah, they should be in range.
You know you can zoom in closer.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't. While I was zoomed in, I didn't have enough screen space to actually move it between them. Alright, so aim and shoot.
You get plus 10% for aiming.
20, because I have a marksman, I believe it's called.
For aiming goes
No, sharpshooter. That's what it's called.
That is a hit. Let's see here.
Big lead ball.
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay then. You raise your rifle and fire a shot. As you aim down the bead, the rifle lets out a powerful and satisfying explosive ka-chow. And you see the bullet impact straight into the mutant's 11.
That's like their right or left arm.
Straight into his head. 11 is the head.
Oh, that's not gonna feel good.
That's a migraine.
Hang on, that actually puts him into critical. I need to know how bad. Impact unreliable. Slamming him straight into the forehead, the three-eyed mutant loses his center eye as he spins around and collapses to his knees, panting for breath, blood pouring from where the eye used to be. He's barely managing to get back to his feet, but that is about all he can manage to do for the rest of the round as he gasps to recollect just what is going on around him. Target is stunned for 1 round. So, Gildiri? Is that how we pronounce your name? Hello, I'm talking to a player.
Jennings or Derek? Who is this?
No, I'm Thomas.
Jennings. Jennings.
Did he go grab a drink or something?
Didn't say anything.
If your microphone isn't working, restart Discord. That usually works best.
Yeah, he's typing something in tabletop, so his mic might not be functioning.
It's always something, isn't it? It's always something.
You there, Chaco?
No, I'm here.
Are you there? Jennings, I need something. Jennings, hello. I need something. I don't see anything typed out anywhere. I don't see you talking back. If your microphone is not working, quit out of Discord completely and restart the program. That's usually what fixes it for me. I would have liked to have gotten something. Don't do this, guys. Like, if your microphone's not working for some stupid reason, say something.
Does everyone
Oh my
hear me?
God, say something.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
150%. You're a little quiet.
Can you hear us? Hello.
Jennings, respond.
Are you pressing your push to talk button?
He said something a moment ago.
Okay.
I think he's using a built-in mic.
Hello, Jennings. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, we heard him for all of like a half a second, and now we can't hear him again. Either he's not pressing his push-to-talk button, or his microphone's just not working.
Hello?
Hey.
What microphone are you using, dear?
Headphone, microphone.
Are you remembering to press your button?
Yes, and it keeps on typing the gosh dang letter.
Then don't make it a letter.
Well, I got nothing else to do. Right now, I will change it. Other than that, I go to Hetty's character, who just shot a mutant.
Eddie's not
That-
here.
Kitty's character.
That was my character.
Oh, Kitty's character. Okay, I go to her character and basically ask, "Do you have any spare weapon, man? May I, like, I'm underarmed."
Everyone should start with a sword. It's
Yeah, you should start with a sword and a dagger.
literally every character starts with that.
And I got a crossbow.
Did you really start with no weapon? Did you really start with no weapon and armor, but you have armor?
No, it says on page 20, everyone starts with one ordinary weapon and a dagger. You should at least have those. That's why none of the starting classes when the basic careers say ordinary weapon in it, because everyone gets that on page 20. It just does that so it doesn't have to keep saying that. And I think we lost him, yeah.
Yep, because he didn't switch the key to Control or Alt or Tab or Shift or... Hell, I've used Spacebar before.
Yeah, I use Control, so if you ever hear me just for one brief moment, I've either copy and paste.
Now is it working?
Yes.
You're still sounding like you're talking to us from across the room, but yeah.
I
We just
hate
did a
these
sound check.
audio crap. You know what? I'm just removing this push to talk nonsense. I can't do it.
Well, we're waiting for your action, or I'm gonna have to skip you.
Alright, alright. Like, I don't have a weapon, alright?
Everyone
You have a
starts with a
sword.
sword and a
Get
dagger.
it! But I have not put in my weapons or anything. Wasn't able to because I... like... Yeah, I'm a vagabond. I don't... Weapons would be. Like... Looking at character.
Page 20.
Gerfloggle!
First paragraph on the right side, and the end of the last paragraph on the left side.
They sent me a sheet that had a weapon on it, and it looked fine. How the fuck?
22 if you're looking at the
PDF.
yeah, PDF.
This is why being careful while reading a book is a good thing.
Well, no, you sent me a character sheet, and it had weapons on it.
Yeah. Right, alright. dagger then.
Still
Sorry if I. Equipment in, like. Wait, I'm basically going next. Hello?
You keep cutting completely out. We heard I'm going and then nothing. I'm reasonably sure your microphone sensitivity is turned down to 0. Okay, well... my patience is only so far when I'm having to do this live, so... okay, I hate to do this, but my patience only goes so far. Who was next on the list? Or do I need to go get the list?
Who's on deck?
What's on second?
Imrak's reporting to duty.
I was
We
going to say,
are as one.
I was listed as first on deck, I think.
We are being joined by one of the MRX, yay. Is it the tall one or the small one?
Who's
The tall one.
That would be me.
Then you're second. There you go, Panzer. Drop in real quick, and we'll drop you into combat in a second.
Give me a sec.
Okay, in that case, the mutant that got shot in the head is going to take cover underneath the bridge. And these mutants are going to approach, which is double your movement modifier, so it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we get to Thomas. What are you doing as you look up from searching your body and see 3 mutants bearing down upon you? Chaco?
Like, he's gonna say that's most unfortunate. Probably draw his, since he has quick draw, he can draw his sword and shield for a free action. And then he's probably gonna move back next to his dwarf friend right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he doesn't get what's it called? Surrounded, yeah.
I was going to say murder fucked, but whatever.
That too.
Here you go, Panzer. I've sheet set up for you. So you don't get murder fucked. I like that term, murder fucked. I should do that to players more often. Grundy! Thomas has retreated back next to you, and the 3 mutants are bearing down upon your position. What are you doing? Tom?
Just a moment. Turn the mic off. I yell out, "Mutants coming out of the river!" So that everybody will know, even though a rifle shot went out, but that probably happens sporadically. And
Okay.
I'm going to step one side away from Thomas to give us just a tiny bit of fighting room.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait to meet the mutant's charge. Now, how hard is it to switch weapons? If I wanted to take my crossbow and plug one,
You have 2 actions. Switching weapons is one of those actions.
Unless you have quick draw.
don't have quick draw, I know that for sure. Then I'm just going to stand ready with my sword and shield.
Okay.
I have one last question for you. Something I didn't have on my character sheet. It should be for at least a shield breaker. A skull cap of some sort or another.
No, actually.
You can buy a skull cap, but you don't get a start. It's weird.
Many characters do not start with helmets.
Yep. Miner is one of them.
Okay, then like I say, I stand and wait to meet their charge.
Shield breaker starts with a mail coat and a shield, and that's all his armor.
And leather underneath to support the mail. Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right, we're back
Seems
to
odd to me, but I'm
back to Isabella.
All right, she's going to spend this round reloading her firearm.
The whole round, I assume.
Yeah, it's a full round action.
You want a little advice?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tom,
Yes, ma'am.
you asked, "Do you want a little advice?" and they answered, and you just kind of sat there quietly.
Moves back a little bit behind.
The two of us.
Yeah. Thomas and me.
We are your shield.
So you're only halfway reloaded right now.
Yeah, I'm only half reloaded, so the other half would be on the next turn.
So there's 2 charging Thomas and 1 bearing down on Grundy, because apparently in their minds, short equals non-threatening.
Have they never seen a dwarf?
No.
Oh, well, that makes sense then.
And one of them bearing down on Thomas scores a hit to his head, unless you're going to dodge or have a shield to block with.
I do have a shield to block with.
Then make a weapon test at +10 and block.
No. I might spend a fortune on that one. That's really close.
It's only 12 to the head.
Yeah, fortune point.
Okay then.
Block with your face.
God fucking damn it! One goddamn point.
Calm down, this is roll 20.
So how bad you feeling after getting hit in the head by a hand axe?
Um,
Not necessarily even a weaponized hand axe. It's more like a hatchet he found that somebody wasn't using.
Thomas is not feeling exactly happy at the moment.
Do you still have positive wounds?
Oh yeah, I have 4.
Oh, okay. That's their turn. They charged you guys. Your turn, Thomas. How you doing?
Thomas is angry. Which motherfucker hit him in the head?
That's motherfucker. Now you have the options of aiming and attacking, launching 2 attacks, launching an all-out attack, but then you won't be allowed to defend, or breaking combat.
Thomas is gonna strike him and then use the other half action to go into parry stance.
Somebody read the book. Go ahead.
Yeah.
For a change.
I got the book, but I'm reading it slowly.
God fucking damn it. What the fuck, roll 20?
That is a critical miss.
Lol.
Make a 98, make an agility check.
Oh great, Thomas is worst. Oh, he succeeds his worst stat, of course.
You feel the weapon in your hand start to slide through your fingers and then immediately wrap it back around and go, nope, 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 keeping that. As you spin around full circle, turn back and are facing the mutant once again, sword still in hand.
He has failed the sun god and Dwana. This is
Grundy, you're up.
Well, if this was CNS, I'd throw a passive shield at the one on my left and thrust at the guy on my right, but I don't know if I can do that in Warhammer.
You may do 2 attacks if you elected for the turn.
I am going to try and shield bash the outside one to start with.
Okay, hold on. I have to look something up with an actual book, like a person. Shield bashing has some stupid rule. Nope. Alright, go for it. You just make a shield attack and you just make a regular attack at -2 damage.
Which is that, I think. And I missed, of course.
Okay.
Thank you, roll 20. And I'll stab at the other one.
So you shield bash one way and you sword slash at the one that smacked Thomas in the head. Got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said submit. And swing and a miss again.
God 20 does not like you this day.
Roll 20 is never liked to me.
As another beleaguered dwarf emerges from a house nearby and looks over at the scene.
Is this my cue?
Emmerich, what are you doing? Before you, you see what appear to be 3 mutated humans fighting a dwarf and another human who has a very bad head wound, along with a 3rd human female who's back there trying to frantically load a rifle. Well?
Ah, sorry, I forgot I'm on push to talk. Sorry, I'm looking at a scene. So I would like to charge this gentleman right here, swinging my big pick.
Okay.
The two-handed one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume you have a movement of 3?
Let me check.
It's your agility bonus.
Agility bonus is 2.
No, in Warhammer Fantasy, it's a set amount based on race.
Right. You're a dwarf, right?
Yes.
You're an angry dwarf?
And I'm really short. And I'm really short even for a dwarf. I'm 4'3".
If I remember correctly, dwarves have a racial movement of 3.
Yep, he's good.
I'm taller than somebody.
Yeah, trust me, it's not that hard to be taller than me.
So you charge in, you get +10 to hit, take your swing.
Just a moment.
Chewing through characters.
Da, da, da.
Actually, I don't have to look them up that one.
Oh.
You haven't filled out your shit. But I'm assuming 56 doesn't succeed.
Yeah, my weapon skill is 36.
God damn. Roll20 doesn't like us today.
Roll20 is not having your shit.
I mean, yeah, I just filled it in. That's why it said automatically it's failure. So.
If I may interject, Unholtz has just described Penza's character as a hobbit with a beard.
Yes, please
Von
describe
Holt,
your
you are
character for
fucking
us.
dead. I will find you, and you will find the
Nope.
wrong
That is
guy
an
of my
accurate
business
description
pick.
right now. You are a hobbit with a beard until you prove otherwise.
Well, I mean, it's already shown he might be a dwarf. He's just formed his first grudge. And it's with
So-
someone in another dimension.
To our friend with the rifle, Isabella, what are you up to now? A
Alright, I'm gonna
dwarf
finish
has just
reloading.
come out of one of the...
Do I get any modifiers for shooting this close to somebody?
Let me finish. Just so you know, a dwarf just came flying out of one of the houses in a rage and swung what I assume is a very uppity pick at one of them. Panzer, do describe your character now that everyone can see you.
Okay, so Imrak is 4'3", 140 pounds, has copper-colored eyes, brown hair. You will notice soon that he has a very curious smell about him, but if anyone mentions that or his height, they are likely to be needing a doctor, seeing how he has a fellowship of 18.
We have the two of the most ornery dwarves in the world, apparently.
Apparently. You have some ornery dwarves. What weapon were you just swinging?
I was swinging a two-handed pick, and I have a small one and a spade basically hanging off of my backpack.
Got it. Big angry two-handed pick. As far as you shooting, you get no bonus for range.
Not even close.
No, you get no bonus. Matter of fact, you get a -20 penalty to avoid hitting other characters, or any miss that you make will result in an automatic attack roll against the nearest ally.
That's why I asked if I got any bonuses for shooting this close, because I knew shooting into melee was a -20.
Nope, there is no bonus. There's only a negative. The only range bonus or penalty is when firing at extreme range. That is beyond the long range of the weapon.
Actually, long range gets a -20 as well.
Yep. Have fun.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna hold my action until my next turn. Because I've reloaded my gun. Basically, I'm going to aim to try and not hit anybody, but since that won't carry over, it's just gonna be holding my action until next turn so I can aim and shoot.
Okay. Mutant's turn. One is going to take a swing at Thomas. The other one is going to turn his attention to the guy who just tried to bash him with a shield. And the third one's going to look at the guy with the giant pick and be like, hey, none of that. Grundy! Tom? You have a chance to block.
Sword parry.
Gonna go with the sword parry. Okay.
Well, is the shield any better? Didn't think so.
Shield gives you plus. It gets a plus 10.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Then I'll take a plus 10. Especially the way roll 20's treating me.
Yeah. For those who don't know, shield owns, not shield bash. Dude.
What? Sorry?
Your target number for some reason is coming up 0.
Yeah, I don't know why. Possibly I haven't finished everything and it's just... No, that's there. That's there. Oh, it's not giving my weapon skill bonus.
Do you succeed on the 37? That's just...
Yes. My weapon skill is 43.
Plus if you have a shield, it gives you a plus 20. So yeah, you definitely made that.
It's got the hit number right.
I have no problem. I clicked parry and entered 10, and it came up fine. Clicked parry and entered 0, and it came up fine. Not sure what you're clicking.
Shield. Well, that's the shield badge. That's part of the problem right there.
Well, no. I literally am just clicking the button that says attack, damage, and parry.
Try it again then. That time it... Target number 63.
You blocked it. Good job.
Yeah, that's right. God.
The rest of them swing wild and miss horribly as they look on, and then follow it up with their second round of shots. God damn it. Yep. These are some awful mutants. They don't know what the fuck they doing. They got one lucky
mutants.
shot and they think they badasses and it ain't working.
Okay, I think it's Thomas's turn.
It is Thomas's turn.
Thomas is still gonna beat the shit out. Gonna try to attempt to beat the shit out of the one who hit him.
Okay.
Thomas. Standard attack and again parry stance.
All right. Give it to me.
God damn motherfucker! Roll 20.
You only have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting if you don't aim or take a more aggressive stance.
That's true.
So your actions were parrying stance and a defensive.
Can you
strike.
aim with the...
You're not going for offense right now for some reason. I'm guessing because you're bleeding from the head proficiently.
Yeah. Plus, can you aim with the sword? I thought it was only with the ranged weapons.
Any weapon can be aimed.
Oh, sure enough.
Welcome
I didn't know
to
that.
the army of
There's just an aim action. Welcome to the Army of Fiora, Yo-Yo Burger.
Live and learn.
So, Grundy, you're up.
I used one action for the parry, correct?
No, you get 1 parry a turn.
Then I'm going to aim at the middle one, who Chaco is also trying to kill, and swing for the swing away. I'm going to switch to an aggressive attack stance. I got to read up on that again.
So you aimed,
No. Okay. So you aim, that's plus 10. You get plus 10 more because you're both attacking the same target.
Ah.
Yes, this is why I also ran up to the thing, so, you know, we have a nice thing going on.
Go ahead and take your shot. That is your... What are you wielding, Grundy? Do you have an actual hammer? No, a sword.
No, I'm using a sword.
You're a dwarf using a sword?
Heresy.
Different, but okay. Your sword swings almost wild until he moves his right arm forward as you follow through with the sword strike, and you catch him in the right in the armpit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ow. Interesting.
Your weapon is not an impacting weapon. What's your strength bonus? Never
Strength
mind. You
bonus should
actually
be
rolled a
3.
1. It actually took into account your strength bonus. You rolled a 1.
Ah.
All that effort just results in a minor cut that slices across his bicep and makes the pig-like mutant snort and oink at you in pain.
And I growl back.
What are you doing, Emmerich?
Imrek does what dwarves do. He swings. Same target.
You're using a two-handed,
Yes,
pick?
the big pick, so it has slow end impact.
Okay. You're going all out?
Sorry, yes, I'm a dwarf.
Okay. So you add 30 to your attack and you get 0 and you get no defenses.
Okay, wait, I'm not understanding this. I have a 24 attack roll,
What?
and my core stat is that my weapon skill is 36, and it says I miss.
Oh, it didn't put the target number in. You might not put it in right, but something's weird with this. But that means you'd have 4 degrees of success.
Yeah, that is weird because
Okay. You just click the button, enter the number, enter the bonus, and press enter.
here's the thing: when you mouse over the target number, it includes the 36, but doesn't.
Yeah.
And when I roll it, it has no issue.
Just a sec. So the attack on the big pick in the weapons, right?
Yes.
Click on that. Modifier, you said plus 30.
Yes.
Just put 30.
Don't put a plus symbol. Do not put a plus or minus symbol.
Okay.
Or don't put a plus symbol. That confuses the fuck out of it. It assumes you're giving it a plus. There we go.
Ah, that's probably what.
When I say plus 30, just enter 30. Unless I say minus something, don't enter a symbol.
Ah, okay.
That's what you guys are doing. It doesn't know what to do with that integer.
So I hit him on the head.
Don't pick his nose.
Or does
with your
he dodge?
big stick.
Do they have... They don't have dodge. No, they don't have dodge.
Parry?
You can try.
Parry against a great weapon.
Well, fuck.
Hold on. Yep, that actually rolled right. Even though you got 46 more than him, he still rolled a natural 1.
I mean, roll 20 haste.
So by
that's
the
about it.
grace of the Chaos Gods themselves, as you bring the massive metal pick down on his head, and look like you're about to impale him through the mouth and out the throat, he manages to use his tentacle-like appendage to snake around the metal shaft of your mind pick and deny you the right to shaft him.
God damn it.
I mean, roll 20. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, Isabella, it's a grand old melee in front of you.
Pick your targets carefully. In other
And
words,
this is when I learned to put Renner down to 30% volume.
All right.
Sophie.
Hello.
Is that how you avoid the windows breaking?
Yes.
So where do you need to twist to put her down 30%?
I just right-clicked name. User volume.
No, I mean in real life.
Oh, chloroform helps.
Ball gags also help with the volume.
So
I
Kitty,
literally-
What are you doing?
Hmm?
It's your action.
Yeah, sorry. I'm assuming I don't get the bonus of attacking an enemy that's outnumbered.
It cancels itself out.
Okay.
And
Well, I
you're
was
at
asking
range.
because that's well, would it count as 2-to-1 or 3-to-1?
You don't get the bonus. You're at range.
Okay, that's why. That's what I asked the first time. Was I'm assuming I don't get the bonus.
Correct.
All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna aim and shoot. That cancels the penalty out. So. I am going to, what is it called? Fortune point?
Yes.
That?
Okay. I can understand why.
Well, I mean, I still miss, but it's
You
better, I
did
guess.
crack off another shot. So the hand, what is it called? Handgun fires off a shot, but
Firearm.
goes wide, and you can actually see the bullet in air as it's traveling, and it flies between the two melee combatants, and they both look at you like, "Hey, we're standing here." Also, considering you aimed last turn, you still have half an action.
Oh. I guess I'm gonna put away my rifle and, ready sword shield.
This is the most depressing of combats. We've had one person hit anyone.
Hey, as long as we don't get hit, I'm also happy.
Each side has gotten a hit.
Oh, my mistake.
But at this point, the woodsman from the caravan has gone back, and reinforcements have begun to arrive as 3 guards all come running up in chainmail wielding spears and begin to advance into the melee.
Do they look like they want to help us, or are they just advancing and will not?
Oh,
let
you
us
know
do
these guys.
everything?
They're guards that you know.
That's good.
And they have reach with a spear, so they can actually sit back and try to stab from here.
Poke, poke, poke.
Gamblers for the pad. Basically, poke, poke, poke.
Fuck's sake.
Well, the last one manages to stab his target, while the first one only manages to stab himself in the foot with a spear. Don't ask me how someone with a weapon that's 6 feet long manages to stab themselves with the other end of it while trying to poke somebody with it, but he did it.
He was daydreaming about pole vaulting.
He is
Pole vaulted his foot.
he is that level of guard.
Well, we know he didn't. When he retires, he didn't take an arrow to the knee.
So he actually manages to draw blood from his leather armored foot.
He's trying to get out of combat by shooting himself in the foot.
The guy,
Yeah,
the, guy
literally.
the one between Grundy and Emmerich, however, has been stabbed right in the groin. And
Did you take into account him attacking?
Yes, that's why they attacked it. That's why they attacked at 35. Oh no, I didn't. But it's the second one still misses, and the taking into account them attacking doesn't change the hit location. So all in all, I mean, the guards are half confident. One stabbed his own foot, and the other one stabbed the guy in the penis.
Circumcision with a spear.
The mutants are going to take a withdrawal action and begin to retreat.
Can we get a shot at them as they fall back?
That's why they're only moving one move action, because they're doing a withdrawal. They're pulling out of combat.
Can we pursue them?
That's as far as they got so far, so it's Grundy's turn.
I can move, what, 6 squares?
You single move is 6 squares, or you can charge for 12.
Come on, be a dwarf. Charge them.
I charge and attack the one with the penis wound.
I like that that's a statement that we can make. You charge the one with the penis wound. Add 10 to your to hit for the charge. Apparently he has more penis wounds. Because above a 60 is the lower body.
I wanted to finish the circumcision.
You mean the castration, right? Go ahead and roll damage. And add 2.
I mean, one can do both.
Oops, I didn't get to add the 2.
So 10.
Yes.
7 sticks. And he had already taken 6. Okie dokie. Lemon pokey artichoke. He might be,
As we hear one going, ouch, ow, 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 ow.
Actual book, people. Give me a second. His groin is skewered by the blade and bleeding profusely from the ferocity of the attack as the wind is driven out of him, and he suffers a -10 to weapon skill until medical retention is received. He also suffers a -1 to movement.
So he pulled his groin, and he can't move as well.
You pulled his groin and you shanked his penis. Thomas, your turn.
Thomas, since he has quick draw as a free action, is going to pull out his great sword and charge the motherfucker who hit him. Yelling and basically Albion like.
And so you pulled out your great sword and you charged.
Yes.
That's a nice open shot you got now.
What's the bonuses for charge again?
+10.
Okay.
Plus 10% to hit, plus 2 damage. Come on, is there a god? Okay, apparently the dwarf goes low and you go high. What a low blow from a short man.
It is. Do you think that they would be here out of all places?
Go ahead and throw damage. You should have impact check because that's a great weapon.
Yes, it is. And you said +2 for the damage when charging?
Yes.
Oh, add 2 to that.
Okay.
As he's doing it, he's yelling, what's the Albion? I'm trying to remember the Albion war god.
So
Kukulain the sun god.
you hack into the guy, and you were kind of aiming to catch him with the end of the sword. Instead, you caught him with the hilt.
Oh, he got pickaxed.
So as you bring this thing down, it goes from elegant chopping greatsword to hacking axe. Slices through his collarbone, splits his chest plate, and thoroughly covers you in his innards. You pull the sword out, and his heart is attached to the blade for about 4 seconds before that drops off after it stops beating.
No, if he can, Thomas would like to grab the heart and just, like, football it.
Make an agility check.
Spike it.
Yeah, he wants to spike.
Make an agility check.
Please, oh Sigmar.
Just roll the damn dice. Nope. You reach for it, and instead you slap it into the dwarf's face next to you. Grundy, you've been hit in the face with a heart of a fallen enemy.
I foresee someone having a grudge.
I'll eat it later.
Imrak, your turn.
Well, Imrak is going to charge, yelling all the time, "Get back here, you offspring of swine herders and their charges." And he's gonna swing!
Okay. Go for it.
So I hit, I guess.
No, he blocks. He sees the one dwarf that has his sword stabbed halfway through his penis. Oh no, he fails because he's at minus 10% weapon skill until he's treated.
Nice.
So yeah. The one dwarf who stabbed him in the right testicle, he now gets the pickaxe brought down into his right thigh.
I guess I need to roll damage.
You do need to roll some damage, sir. By the way, stream support on you guys. Please do drop a tip if you can. That's how I pay my bills around here. What is the... what did you throw here? I'm confused.
I don't know, it says 1d10 plus floor, which is 37 plus 00 divided by 10 plus 2.
You hit the damage twice.
Yeah, because I get to roll 2d10 because it's an impact weapon, and then I
You
get
just check impact. You don't have to throw, like, once impact is checked, it throws it twice.
Ah, okay, sorry.
For the first one, you apparently crit and then rolled another 5.
Yeah, I mean, that I have the impact checked, so yeah, okay.
So you threw 20.
I guess.
Yep, it did all the rolls for you. It confirmed it, and okay.
You don't have a dick no more.
Someone lost a leg and a dick, so now they're only left with one.
So, the chart ends at -10.
But you can come up with something, I'm sure. What is actually -10?
But we were already at -2.
Ooh, you should pull a
Right, so
Fallout
I'm
and he
guess-
just explodes into gore.
So
So I'm guessing
Panzer,
we can make.
I'm gonna allow you to
Can we make
describe his
both?
gore-filled death for a moment.
Okay, so let's start with this. As I hit him on the right leg, it kind of collapses in a pile of minced meat that we can later use for bolognese if we want to make some. And all the while, there's blood just found as he comically falls back, just blood fountains out of the stump and from his groin and sprays me and Grundy all over, like so we look like a couple of demonic appearances from the warp.
Wait, what?
He's saying he wants to be so covered in blood they look like demons.
Okay,
I mean,
you're using
I did
a
kind
pick
of
and you hit him in the leg.
I kind of obliterated it with that roll, so that's like minced
So
meat.
here's what I'm gonna say. You charged. And normally, you know how you're supposed to bring a pick down head overhead downward? You thought it'd be a real cute idea if you brought it underfoot upward.
Ooh.
You caught him in the ankle, and then your pick thought he was a rock, and just kept going. Up the shin, the kneecap flew out at some point, the upper thigh, I mean, you took the tibia and the femur
Tibiola.
right out. Just right out like you would a chunk of ore. All the way up to the hip bone, where the leg just kind of falls off. And the gore spray fountain of mutant blood doesn't stop for a good half a minute.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Am I the only one thinking of that like Mortal Kombat execution with Sonya Cage, where she just punches someone till their testicles explode? Because that's what I imagine being done with the pick.
So Isabel, it's your turn.
I'm going to charge the top one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Movement 4?
Movement 5, I have fleet-footed. It's one of my human traits.
Fuck, yeah, you get there.
Gosh, you move fast.
But man, that critical miss.
Okay, I'm gonna fate point that one.
That nat 100.
I'm gonna fate point that. That is
How many fate points do you have?
3.
Okay, so you're spending one for the turn? I mean,
Yep.
for the session? Okay. That's still a crit fail, though it's not a self-inflicting injury crit fail.
Yep. Apparently, I just fall flat on my face this time.
You were actually correct. 97 melee is character falls flat on their face. And must spend at least a half action to get up.
Does she Scorpion?
No, she doesn't Scorpion. She swings and loses her footing and keeps going like you would think you would want to do if you were going to do a roll or even a cartwheel. Except for then she just kind of stops halfway and lands on her back staring at the sky. There's some mention of, I could have swore there wasn't a crack there.
Or she slipped in the blood.
No, after she slips, then the blood starts spraying her because apparently the impact to the ground moved the body just enough that the now ballless mutant is spraying blood on her. Just for, lovely points.
Wait, isn't this guy ballless mutant? That's spraying blood pretty far.
This guard actually helps you up. And these two go to run their spears into that poor son of a bitch.
That looks like an owl.
And the guy you were trying to hit with your sword gets skewered in the left leg. Right at the kneecap until it comes off. The guard's spear who skewered him still has the leg attached at the end of the spear. Like a sick and twisted shish kebab.
Meat's back on the table.
The last mutant, ballless and hurt, barely standing, screams something about 4 chaos and tries to use his horns to gore Emmerich.
I mean, he'd have to lean down really low to do that. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, what is he doing? Limbo dancing?
Diving at you head first.
oh, okay, baby.
And he misses.
Everyone beat the shit out of him.
Does Imrak get a kind of a reaction to kick him at least?
Grundy, your turn.
Yells out, "There's another one under the bridge."
Okay. Is that it? Tom?
Oops, sorry, turned the mic off. I yell that there's one under the bridge, and then I turn, aim, and attack the one that hit my dwarven, but tried to hit my dwarven buddy.
Okay.
Attack.
Can you do it?
And that's plus 10, plus 20.
Plus 10. That hits. In his right leg. You guys just like them. You guys are right leg people. You just gotta have that white meat.
Oh yeah.
I can't hit any higher.
You
are
can't
you
hit
cutting
any
them
higher?
down to size? Literally.
I mean, he's got a point. They are dwarves. They can't reach much higher.
Imrak looks over at the person butting in on his fight and goes, "Hey, are you stealing my kill?"
Actually, he did steal your kill because the sword comes around and chops the guy in the ass and proceeds to rip his intestines out. Like, literally, you don't hit him in the front. The sword gets caught in ass fat, chews through it, wrapped up in the large intestine, so as you pull it out, you're just pulling out string after string of human intestine.
I got knitting for later.
He drops to the ground bleeding to death unless someone wants to save him. He is helpless.
How could we save him?
After all he's taken, he's still alive.
He can be saved for up. If someone gives him medical attention within 3 rounds, he can be saved. Yes. One of them. There's one standing on the bridge holding a smoking firearm. Thomas, it's your turn.
Is it smoking like there's a fuse currently burning?
No, like he fired it recently.
Thomas is going to look to the guy next to him. He's like, can I see that spear for a moment?
He's the one who shot the captain at the very beginning.
Yeah, I figured. Is the guy next to him going to give him the spear?
Yeah. Look at you funny. Hand you the spear.
Thomas is going to aim and try to throw it at him.
How far are you trying to throw a spear?
You are out of range.
Yeah, that's not a javelin. That's a proper spear.
Oh, never mind then.
Shanky stick.
Never mind then. Hell, just keep his big sword out and move over to the guy under the bridge.
Okay, you're gonna double move. You're gonna single move or double move?
Wasn't that double move?
Do what?
Wasn't that my double move?
Okay, so for purposes of the maps I'm using, you double your movement to determine how far you can go. That's why I'm measuring things 6, 8, 10 for people's movement instead of 3, 4, 5. So if you move 4, you move 8. If you move 3, you move 6. If you move 5, you move 10. So what's
all the measurements going on?
What's your movement, Chaco?
6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are you doing now?
Can I? No, not too. No, that's not yet.
You can't charge, by the way, because that's a full action.
Yeah. He'll get close to that guy, but not too close. Okay. Just because he knows the spearmen are probably going to come up and help. Just look at the chaos guy is like, you better fucking run or we're going to have to kill you. And trust me, we're going to enjoy killing you.
Okay. Emmerich, what are you doing?
Imrak will spit at Grundy's feet for stealing his kill, and then proceed to charge ahead.
You're just gonna spit on his shoes?
No, in front of him, not on him.
And then you're gonna charge it. Are you?
Yeah.
Gonna,
So
you're gonna.
I'm just gonna charge. Run.
Okay.
So my movement is 3, so I guess it means around 6?
No. Double your move for the number of squares. So if you run, how far do you go? Must pull teeth. Must pull teeth.
Wait, where's my movement? Ah, okay, so run is 9, so I can 18 squares?
Yes.
Shit. This thing is really messing me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is how you do it. 16, 17, 18.
Okay, sorry. Thanks.
You literally just move your token, guys. Stop pre-measuring and just move your token. This system is designed for less thought and more just flow with what happens. Isabel, what are you doing?
She's gonna get up and ready her rifle.
Someone helped you up.
Someone helped you up.
Oh, okay, then I guess I'm gonna ready my rifle.
That's half an action. What are you doing with the rest of your turn?
Starting to reload it, because I hadn't done that from last time.
Okay. The first dwarf grudge has been born. Town Guard are going to run forward here. 1, turn. Then we get to mutants. The wounded one is going to stagger out from under the bridge, fall to its knees, and go, "Please, mercy, sir." You guys kind of shot his eye out. His middle eye. The one with the rifle, hang on, let's be funny. Does not notice the dwarf impending upon him and shoots at the town guard.
Lol.
Are you saying he doesn't look down enough?
Panzer,
And gets a critical hit.
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
How?
Full Metal Jacket, I think it is.
Oh god, no.
The town guard gets shot right in the shoulder, and... No, that's actually in the head. The town guard gets shot in the head, and staggers to a slow as his ear and left side of his face are mostly ripped off.
Will he die if he doesn't receive medical attention, or how bad
He's
is
still
it?
standing. Your turn, Grundy. He's still standing. He doesn't look like he's standing by much because there's a bullet gash from his eye back past his ear.
Hey, no one help him so we can loot the body afterwards. Tom, it's your turn.
It is. It is Grundy's turn.
I am going to... God, how many... 6. That's a 1 move. I'm going to sheathe my sword and wait to get out. I'm going to sheathe my sword and start to break out the crossbow.
Okay, crossbow's in hand. Thomas.
To the one who has mercy, Thomas first to say, "Throw away your weapons." Then does he?
He doesn't have one. That you
He
can
wants
see.
a mercy killing.
Hmm.
It's chaos, Chaco.
I know. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, could we interrogate him? But yeah. Then Thomas would just go forward and go like, "Your only mercy is death," and then strike at him.
Okay.
Still using the great sword. Any bonuses with him being on his knees and down like that?
He doesn't get to parry or dodge.
You're still gonna miss hilariously.
Yeah, that's what I know. Because Roll20 hates us.
Nope. You hit. Go ahead and throw damage.
Okay. Thomas just swings the axe down right on his shoulder, I guess.
You bring the great sword down and you repeat the previous process of, you know, you're supposed to hit them with the tip of the sword, sir. I just want to emphasize this. Not the goddamn mostly blunt hilt end.
But that's
I mean-
no fun.
When you use a great sword, you can hit them with any bit, really.
This time, however, you overswung and brought the sword all the way into his back. Meaning when you pull the sword back around, the spine is wrapped around it.
Cool.
Before the bones lose muscle cohesion and fall to the ground. Congratulations on your Sub-Zero kill.
Yay.
Emmerak, it's your turn.
Not much needs to be said apart from charge!
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
Literally. Okay, rolling, rolling, rolling.
Roll in, roll tide. I'm kidding. I didn't say that.
Rawhide!
I mean, I'd say I hit.
That is a hit.
That's an owl.
Can he? They can't dodge, right? Can he parry at least, or something?
Nope, he cannot parry with a rifle.
Isn't he unaware of the dwarf?
He is also
This is
unaware
gonna
of the
be
dwarf.
painful.
That should have been a plus 30 then.
He's now well aware of the dwarf, who just pickaxed him in the belly button.
He had an outie, now it's an innie.
I think I get a +2 on that because of the charge.
Yes, you do. He's at 0, but he's still up. Your turn, Isabella. What are you doing?
She's gonna finish reloading, and yeah, she's just gonna start moving because I'm pretty sure the dwarf has this, so she's gonna start moving towards the guy with the rifle.
Okay. The town guard is going to advance on the guy with the rifle and shanky. And fail to shanky as the spear neglects to penetrate his tough hide. You're up, Grundy. You know, great sword.
Moves
spinal
forward
surgery.
again, watching. Just keep watching for targets. So I'll move 6.
Welcome to the army.
Give you a crossbow, you can shoot him.
Woo! Thank you for subscribing, Spazzo Kid. Or
Oh, it's
following us on Twitch. Sorry about that.
I know I can't save a half move, but that's what I'm just waiting for targets of opportunity if any show up.
Thomas?
Thomas is gonna put his sword away. I mean, if he figures the other guys have the other one, and just kind of.
It's not a sword. You've been using it like a can opener.
Okay, he's going to put away the great can opener, and just kind of go find someone who might address the head wound.
Okay. Emirac, what are you doing?
Shank.
There's a shankification going on.
Any bonuses?
No. Or roll 20 could like you. That's a bonus.
I don't know if this is a good thing if it's like
Go ahead.
right now.
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah.
13's a 13.
13 on the right arm. So it's not just the leg, it's the arm as well. It's the whole right side of the body that I'm going for.
So you hit him in the arm that's holding the rifle. And when you pull the pickaxe back, it still has the arm, it's just not attached to its owner. Its owner kind of faints off to the left with a trail of blood following him to the river before you hear a splash.
God damn it. I really wanted to loot that body.
Yeah, I wanted to see if he had any more bullets.
Welcome to the army.
So the rifle that's attached to the arm, I guess, has now cluttered out of the arm. Of the
No, he's
grasp.
still holding it.
Can I determine what the quality of it is? Because I am a smith after all.
Common.
Common. Okay.
Nothing
I thought you were Jones, not a Smith.
As the hideous mutants are dealt with, and the caravan guards begin to go back towards the caravan, Hans Balmer shows up, the hunter who told you guys to begin scouting, and looks at the lot of you. I see you've dealt with whatever those things were. Are all of you alright?
Imra kind of looks around and goes, okay, who the hell just broke my nap while I was in that house? And why?
Good sir, we are a caravan of survivors traveling away from the battlefields war-torn by chaos.
Thomas will just...
Why do you have to stop by here and start fighting these guys and wake me up from my nap?
They just shot our captain.
Yeah.
These short people get very angry.
We deeply apologize. I am Hans Burmer, the leader of this caravan.
Imrek looks at Thomas, hearing that muttered comment, and starts thumbing the spike of his pick, and goes, "You know, I can hit you in the groin with this."
Thomas just looks. Then turns to the other guy and points to his head. Is like, "Do you have some bandages? This kind of..."
Yeah, he really needs it.
Yes, Granny Moshier should look at your head. I'm pretty sure she can take care of you, and would be more than happy to.
A granny? Ha! She must be only 70.
I suppose with Captain Shriller down, that means Father Dietrich is one of the people who are going to look to get us to Middenheim. Are the rest of you okay?
I'm fine. They didn't lay a bolt weapon on me.
I'm good.
Good enough. For compensation, you can take whatever those foul beasts had on their body that you deem valuable enough to warrant your time. Once we cross the bridge, we'll be getting into the Elthorn Thicket. It's a very, very deep forest. I suggest that we stick close together and be on the watch out for beastmen or chaos raiding parties, as evident by the mutants. I will give you some time to gather your things, and you, sir, Thomas, is it?
Yes, sir.
You should accompany me.
Thomas Ostigech du Black.
You should accompany me back to the back to see Granny Moser and have her treat your head. And then I would presume you wish to rejoin these two dwarves and this fine young markswoman.
Just nod. They aren't that bad.
Imrak looks over at Grundy and goes, "Okay, so how much do these fools fortify their camps at night?"
The answer, Grundy, is not at all. Not at all.
The miner in me just sighs and then goes, "I ain't digging for these idiots. I'm gonna dig myself a hole every night, but not for them."
You don't have to dig that far.
Go get your head checked before you need your penis reattached.
So, are you guys? You guys can talk to each other as long as you like. Let me know when you're ready for anything else.
I do move to the other side of the bridge and keep an eye open.
I'm probably going to check the bodies.
Thomas will get his head checked out, and then once that's done, if there's anything left to pick
there's
up,
something special for you since you're actually going to the doctor.
Oh.
Question: Are we using the whole weight limitation on how much we can carry and stuff, or winging it?
Loosely. Like, if you tell me you're carrying 30 hand weapons, I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid. But if you just loot a couple corpses, I'm not gonna press it.
Imrak would also like to check what the corpses have and how much, and would like to keep the gun that he's acquired, shall we say.
Emrak will find. So both of you make perception tests.
Ouch.
Who else making a perception test?
Imrak and Thomas.
People searching the corpses.
Oh, so that includes me. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Any bonuses or anything?
Nope.
Fiora, I am going to do one thing. I'm going to walk up to Isabella, hand her my rope and grapnel, and say, "Here, maybe you can fish up that guy's body and/or his rifle."
That you got the guys. The rifle was still in his hand.
I have the rifle. Is this the in the rule book? Is this the Hochland long rifle?
No, it's a standard hand rifle. There is nothing special about it.
I mean, this isn't the special one. It just says on the missile weapons. That's the only one that's listed as a rifle.
No, firearm is a rifle. Because pistol is
okay.
something separate.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's just a firearm, common quality. It still has a shot loaded.
One in case they try to take me alive.
Isabella, you find something peculiar on one of the mutants. You find a small ruby that has a layer of crystal surrounding it. It's warm to the touch.
Okay.
Other than that, the loot list is now available to you guys. You have found 4 swords, all common quality hand weapons, 1 leather jerkin, common quality body armor, a common firearm with 1 shot loaded, 22 gold crowns, and the thing I just described to Isabella.
Okay, I guess I'm going to take the offered rope and grapnel and try and fish out the guy's body.
It's washed downstream.
Oh.
You're not sure where it actually ended up, unless you want to make a survival check to go hunt for it.
Nah, I'm good.
So, are you, do you guys have anything else you would like to discuss before I switch over to Chaco's little scene?
Nope, I don't believe so.
Alright, Chaco.
Mm-hmm.
You are taken back to Granny Moser. She's supposed to be an older lady, or so you've been told, and she's surrounded by many children who are, as you can tell, orphans that she's been taking care of. However, she doesn't look that old, which seems a little peculiar. There are only a couple wrinkles on her face to denote her age. She still has flowing hair and seems relatively docile.
Thomas looks for pointed ears.
Nope, she's human.
Hmm.
She pulls out some herbs and asks, and looks at you and says, "May I treat you?"
Thomas says no, yeah, and point to the kind of wound in his head. One of them got me rather well.
And she begins to treat your wound, and it only takes 10 minutes before she's got a nice thick layer of herbal salve over it, and she places a freshly boiled leaf across the top of it to kind of act as a bandage. When she's done, she looks at you and smiles and goes, "That should take care of it." Such a brave lad.
Well, we know who's going to be another father of her kids.
Taco, check for STDs.
She's a healer. I mean, if she has STDs, she's a bad healer.
I mean, he's got a point. Thomas will just smile and thank her for that and say, "It is all of our jobs to fight back these dark bastards of chaos."
What are you guys gonna do as the caravan approaches the bridge? Are you sticking with them, or are you going somewhere else, or what are you up to?
We should be a little bit ahead of the caravan to scout, as they said, to make sure if the beastmen wish to ambush them, we will spring the ambush or notice it.
I mentioned the rumor I heard earlier.
Do you want to repeat the rumor in character for class?
Yes, teacher.
Sure, I'll attempt to. There was a bounty out for a beastman warlord for a large sum of money.
How large?
I think it was 10,000 gold? I don't know, it was a lot of money.
That's a lot of beer. Shall we go get him?
They wouldn't exactly put that high a bounty on just anyone. Going after someone like that would probably be a foolish endeavor.
What are you, some sort of a beardless elf?
No, but I'm not dumb enough to get killed in a fruitless venture.
So basically you're a pansy.
You can call me what you wish.
Says the marksman, says the long range marksman. Oh, those are fighting words where I'm from. Imrak looks over at Grundy and goes, "You think these two saplings could pull it off?"
A kindly old priest approaches you and looks at the four of you. I am Father Dendrick, as you may well know, and without Captain Shriller, it has fallen to me to get the rest of us to Middenheim, it seems. I pray for your safe return. May I give you all a blessing?
I will accept your blessing.
Thomas will as well.
Heard.
Imrak says, "Keep your blessings. I have my own gods to protect me."
He nods and understands. I will pray for your salvation anyway from Sigma. And he says a short prayer with all of you, and then departs back to be tending to the 70 some odd refugees that you're traveling with. Does anyone wish to do anything before we continue moving, or does anyone want to talk to your supposed friends, as it were?
First off, to the dwarf Thomas is going to say is like, you might have your own gods, but it's best not to offend the ones in the area you're in.
Listen, young one, dwarves have been around all the parts of this of this world since before you guys even got off a trade. So don't even try teaching us about gods and power.
None of your short little kind have ever stepped foot on Albion, I can tell you that.
Yeah, because no one wants to go there. You're born there and then you leave. It is what we call sail around country.
No, I doubt your boats could even get to the shoreline before they got smashed.
Somebody's insult happy.
Like you guys get smashed on that weak human beer, is that it?
Enough, you two.
Hey, Your name is already in my grudge book. You stole a kill from me.
Shut up, Shorty. We got a job to do.
What job? No one hired me. What's the pay?
Getting called short by a dwarf, that's gotta hurt.
So?
At mention of what's the pay, Hans Balmer approaches you. I regret to inform you, Sir Dwarf, as angry and upset as you might be for us interrupting your nap, that we are currently being pursued by a Chaos Warband that may return at any moment, and the only safety we can hope to achieve is to get to the gates of Middenheimen.
Yeah, sure. Hide behind the walls. Why don't you fortify your camp at night at least?
We do the best we can. Now, if you would like, you may travel with us. We do have a small guard contingent, as you saw earlier, and this lot has been helpful in being our defuncto scouts. Or you can stay here and wait for the beastmen to realize that the defenders of this town have fled, and that this ruin is perfect to be rifled through.
Yeah. Anyone have any powder and shot that I can use for this rifle?
None that I'm not using myself.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get a move on.
So, the first day you were traveling and it passes without incident. Does anyone do anything during the night, or do we resume travel on the next day?
Every night since at least the head Albion goddess is Dwana of the Moon. Thomas is gonna just go out, like find a relatively big tree close to the camp and just give a prayer to his goddess. Yeah.
Every night we make camp. Imrak builds himself a small fort around his tent.
He digs a fortified foxhole.
Basically. He is a miner and he's a dwarf.
How late in the day is it when we finally the human and the dwarf quit arguing and we're basically ready to keep moving again, start moving again?
It's probably close to noon.
Then we got time to get some more distance down the road. I would suggest we try and get at least another, till we have like 1 or 2 fists above the horizon. The sun's 1 or 2 fists above the horizon. Then we find a very simple camp.
Travel is slower than anyone would like. This is primarily due to the fact that you're traveling with refugees who are trying to carry all of their worldly possessions they possibly can with them, in addition to having to deal with orphans and, the general gist of just common people who are people of the land, who are used to staying in one spot.
And also they got a couple of dwarfs with them.
Question.
Yes.
Is there a fence in this group of refugees?
Roll me gossip.
It's a success.
There is Grossin, a ill-tempered merchant, has been riding with them, complaining constantly about having to pack up his entire general store and still leave room for other people to ride in what he considers his cart.
He seems like an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's probably the person who's going to be buying and selling things while we're on the road.
Doesn't make him less of an asshole.
No, it just means he's an asshole you have to tolerate.
So are you gonna go talk to him?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to strike up a conversation.
What you want?
I heard you were a merchant.
Yeah. You wanna buy something?
Yeah, what do you got?
He pulls out a bunch of knickknacks and a few pieces of jewelry. There's a couple of swords that are in desperate need of repair. A bow that probably should be restringed. Maybe powder, wadding, and shot for 3 shots from a firearm. And oddly, he pulls out a suit of very dented plate armor. This is all I could get from the store that they didn't appropriate. Goddamn priest of Sigmar.
I'm going to I'm gonna buy the shots off of them.
8 gold a pop.
Jesus fuck.
What? I lost my store. I gotta start over. You gonna help out a poor old man, ain't you?
With those prices, no one will buy anything from you.
Yeah, if you're gonna price gouge that much, nobody's gonna buy anything. Never mind.
Well, I don't see you getting shot anywhere else.
She's also the only one who, if we're lost and the rest of the guards lost, who do you think's next on the stabbing list, dear fellow?
He looks rather disgruntled at you. I have seen more than my share of Chaos Warband raiding shenaniganry, and this is not the first time I've had to start over. I'll be fine.
Other question, who else is going to buy a shot from you?
I might. I have a firearm now.
Are you
You're
going
not
to pay
helping
8 gold?
the situation.
Would you pay 8 gold for a
I
single
have
shot?
Fellowship 18. I'm not supposed to be helping any situation.
Yeah, no, that was her way of saying shut up.
But Thomas will also point out, do you have 8 gold per shot?
No, but that's not my primary way of fighting them. I prefer up close and personal.
So, you're not much of a seller, or you're not much of a buyer if you're not going to use it in the first place. Now are you, little one?
They're making height jokes.
Well, no, here's the... Thomas comes from a country that there are literally no dwarves. He has never seen them before this.
Imrak looks at him and says, "Tell you what, instead of me opening up your belly right now, how about we have us a drinking competition when we get to Middenheim, and whoever wins gets to call the other person whatever they feel like."
Whatever you want, little one.
You haven't won yet. By the way, since we're running away with a bunch of refugees, during the trek, Imrak offers his services as a carrier for a small fee, of course, to anyone who wishes to unburden themselves and put it on his back. Any takers?
You're gonna charge... That's a dick.
It didn't say he was a nice person. So...
I mean, you know, they're the ones trying to carry everything and
looks
half
at you
of their
and goes,
houses.
if you buy all 4, I'll charge you 4 a shot.
Kitty had to leave, so I think that's a no. Oh, and Fee, with the medical treatment on his head, how does Thomas just still gain 1 wound back for the night, or gain more?
You gain 5.
Nice. Thomas is not nearly dead. Well, I guess we're just gonna head on forward then. Since...
Alright, you silly humans. You two stay in the middle. Emmerich, play heavy support coming up the rear. I'll lead this little merry band.
I'll come up your rear.
All day the second day. The woods are foreboding. You see movement in them, but nothing actually comes out, ever. Several times your whole group draws weapons. But alas, it's discovered that there's nothing there. There are no birds singing. There are no forest critters moving around. The woods are deathly silent.
It's just like home. Except more trees and less mist.
Nah, didn't think the surface world would normally be this quiet. They ain't right.
As you come up to your next campsite that night, several of the orphans and guards seem to be a little more upset.
Thomas would go ask what's wrong.
I'll let someone who gives a shit go ask.
The orphans complain that they can't find Granny.
Oh, that's not good.
Granny Mosier appears to have disappeared from the camp. Does anybody want to try to figure that one out?
We should probably go look for her.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, she knows how to make medicine, and that's good.
Has Tomas's head turned septic?
No. It's actually healed apparently surprisingly well.
Yeah, it's healed surprisingly well.
Yeah, let's go look for Granny.
Let's go find the grandma. Grandmas are dirty.
Well, it's
Where did you last see Granny?
So you guys can make a follow trail test at +20.
I don't think any of us have that.
If none of you have that, you can make a perception test at +10. Her trail is not that hard.
And he'll also ask, John will also ask the little ones, like, any of you seen where I saw her?
Sorry, how much did you send the perception?
+10.
I made it!
So while all of you are trying to figure this out, Grundy goes, has found her footprints and can decide how he wants to elucidate that to the rest of you.
Hey, you stupids! She went this way.
Hey, who are you calling stupid, you idiot?
Following the
Quiet,
trail is
short
not
stuff.
hard, as Granny is not what you would call the stealthy or the one to cover her tracks.
A dwarf using a sword. Ha! Soon you'll start shaving your beard, too.
Off the beaten path, maybe 4 or 5 minutes from camp, you find Granny. Currently,
Having an orgy with beastmen?
No. There are 4 figures standing in the woods. Bows trained on her. And they appear to be having an argument.
Hunker down and listen?
Wait, where are they on the map?
Like just north of you. Literally. They appear to be having an argument.
How loud are they?
To describe this, from what you can tell, Granny is in a small clearing with a path around her. As the elven leader says, "Explain yourself, witch, or my arrow flies true." Granny is then protesting that she is no witch, she is merely an herbalist gathering supplies to treat injuries.
Does the beardless pointy-ear bastard say why he considers her a witch?
No, he's demanding that she explain herself. They have not. That's all the conversation you guys have heard so far.
Imrak, being the tall, strapping lad that he is, takes cover behind this fallen log to listen more.
What about the rest of you?
I'm going to slowly keep moving forward.
Yeah, I was going to go too.
Not being aggressive at all.
The elves notice you as you start to get too close, and two of them turn to point their bows at you and go, "Who goes there?"
I am Thomas Sugrek Dubler. No, it's Sungarek Dubler. Got that name.
Why do these humans have to have such complicated names?
I'm Isabel.
See? Simple name.
She does not come from the land I do.
I am Gilmere, and this woman is a witch. I can tell by what she's gathering.
Easy, easy. She's not a witch. She's just gathering supplies because she makes medicine.
She healed a wound on my head the other day.
Then explain the various ritual pieces inside her basket.
Thomas, we're gonna move forward. Like, what ritual pieces?
Granny, shows her basket full of a few herbs, some root, and a couple flowers.
Yeah, this is all just herbs that can be used for medicinal purposes, as far as we can tell.
Granny's paddling the good weed, the flowers, not the leaves.
What?
You assure me this is not some chaos witch trick.
You sure?
He walks up to he walks up to the nearest person, which in this case is Thomas, and actually shoves him and says, "So you're not an illusion?"
No. And I can shove back, so don't shove me.
Fine, take her and get her out of my woods.
Imrak kind of stands up behind the log and says, "Hey, pointy ears, there's a chaos warband on our trail, so your woods might not be as quiet for much longer as you might wish."
We have been ambushing small groups of them for weeks. I'm sure we can continue our little skirmishes.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between small groups and the main force.
Kithband, to the trees. The other three elves leap into the trees and seem to just kind of vanish into the forest as he walks back into the forest himself and leaves you standing there with Granny and the unusually quiet wood.
Imrak yells after him, "Or you could help us and fight them off together."
They've already left, little one.
Yes, but they can hear me, they're pointy ears.
I know
your only return shout, and I have to read this, your only return shout is an arrow fired back at you that explodes in a puff of white flour.
Imrek gets out his book and says, "What was that guy's name?"
What? He just surrendered to you. Didn't you see? Threw white stuff in the air to say he surrenders.
Yeah, well, he'll do the same against the chaos.
Ugh. So you really have to be angry at everything.
No, I'm not angry at beer, although I drink it like I hate it.
You know, there is a saying for my people. Yet. In the distance is a small man.
Exactly, and if you come any closer, you'll see he has a really big pick.
The argument.
I guess they'll eventually head up to the smoke weed every day granny and try to get her to take her back to tell her, like, the orphans are wondering where you are and all that.
Okay, Granny is more than happy to come back with you to the orphans. She seems overly thrilled that you have taken the time to get her away from these dwarves.
These
elves. And happily goes back to tending the orphans for the rest of the evening. The next day, your travel is stopped. Not by an ambush, but by something much worse. As you were scouting ahead on the crossroads, you find the road has been blocked by 2 wrecked wagons and the mutilated corpses of 15 people. 9 men and 6 women, along with, additionally, upon closer inspection, 7 children. All have been torn to bloody pieces, ripped apart, and even butchered for meat. Particularly the children have been taken to the point of which there's very little left on their bones.
Have they taken the cheeks?
Yes.
Good, at least they know their meat.
A common lore empire will tell you what the emblems on the wagon are, if anyone has common knowledge empire. And you can tell through common knowledge empire at -10 what the various arrows sticking out of the corpses and wagons belong to.
Imrak does not have any of those, but he'd like to look around and check if, like, how many of the men were actually fighters and how many were just commoners.
They were all commoners. There's no one here who looks like they were a fighter or a person with a weapon.
Yeah, must be those elves ambushing the small insulated parties.
Anyone can roll common knowledge, by the way.
Yeah, plus there's literally a common lore any.
Okay, you're not quite sure who the crude black arrows belong to, or who would butcher people for meat like this. Your search, however, does turn up a single usable shield with steel rimming around the edges, as well as a quiver with 10 crossbow bolts and a good quality crossbow hidden under one of the corpses.
Ooh, I'll take that. That way 3 of us have ranged weapons.
Didn't we have somebody that had a crossbow already?
Yep, basically everyone has a ranged weapon now as well. So
when the rest of the convoy catches up to you, they must clear the road, and most of the rest of the day is spent clearing the road.
I was gonna actually say that while we're here start trying to move the bodies and all that after we're done picking everything.
Yes, but I'm saying that the other guards are moving up to help you or keep watch while the bodies are being moved. Father Dietrich is insisting that every one of them be given a proper burial as he performs last rites over them. While you're all doing this, however, everyone is allowed to make a perception check at -20.
Is my sixth sense going off?
You may make a willpower test at -20 instead, if you so wish.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm also going to at least try to help the priest with the rites, even though he doesn't know like the Sigmar rites. Thomas will try giving the ones for his gods.
Well,
Imrek is going to use his
lively,
picks
usually,
and
'cause I have
put
more
his
lively
back
characters.
into it, into clearing the road. Hopefully that moves us a bit faster.
Perception? You're saying perception at -20?
Yes.
Yeah. I like how Thomas gets
Does
a
it understand
-6.
-20? Negatives, I should say.
Yes, you type in -20.
Well, with a -20, I have a -6.
Okay.
I
So, as you're clearing the bodies, and Dietrich is giving last rites, he moves to help get one of the corpses and start to give it last rites. When he lets out a cry of despair, everyone turns in his direction to see him falling into what looks like a pit that had been covered with brush previously, that it was dug for a horse to fall into. Apparently the method the goblins used to ambush the caravan.
Since Thomas was next to him giving prayers, can you try to catch him or grab him?
You may make an agility test to try. At -10 because you were unaware this was going to happen. Okay.
Fail.
As you peer over, Thomas, you are greeted to the sight of Father Dietrich on his back, impaled with a dozen sharpened spikes. He's coughing up blood. Spikes are pushing out of his ribs. One is even coursed out of his mouth through the side of his cheek. Mumbling over the wood, he's clenching something in his hand. Something that is about the size of a fist and made of ornate gold as he's trying desperately to hand it to you at the top of the pit.
Thomas will reach down and grab it.
You pick it up, and it is a miniature hammer, roughly the size of your hand, inlaid with gold, roughly about 6 inches square, and encased in a rim of iron. If anyone wants to make a Common Lord Empire check, you can try to identify exactly what it is.
How deep is the pit?
The pit is about 4 feet deep.
Any modifiers for that roll?
Nope, just Common Lord Empire.
Nope.
Can Imrak try to kind of dig a ramp down into the pit?
You can try. It's going to be a strength test to dig and an agility test to not fall in.
Wait, but it's like if I... Okay, fair enough. Never mind. My agility is not that good. If it was straight up strength, I could maybe do it, but yeah. Never mind.
Thomas will try to call for someone to see if they have rope.
No one notices anything special about it. It just kind of looks like a symbol of Sigmar that he's now passed to Thomas. The guards rush up bringing rope along with Hans coming forward, covering his mouth and looking away and going, don't tell the children. They need not know how he died.
I mean, I'm assuming, out of character, I'm assuming that these kids have seen a few things, so, yeah.
They still don't need to know. And, since I mean, Thomas would kind of I mean, like, he overheard the priest repeating that same kind of, like, put to rest prayer, so Thomas will just start saying itself, like...
Make an intelligence check at +10 to see if you can recite it.
And if he can't remember, then he'll just use one of his own nation's prayer.
Yeah,
yes.
You recite it perfectly. O Sigmar, please take this wounded soul, shield him from the ravages of chaos and the warp, and bring him in peace to your arms, where he may eternally be grateful for your gifts within your temple and the beyond. Father Dietrich dies, groaning in agony a few seconds later as you finish the prayer. He does, however, have a smile on his face when you read back to him his own prayer, and are holding in your hand something that seems to have a sheen to it now. Not necessarily glowing, just that kind of feeling that you have when you have done a job perfectly right, echoing through this icon that's now in your hand. It's even warm to the touch, much like the ruby that Isabella found covered in a clear crystal, both warm to the touch. Everyone standing over the father, please do make a willpower test at +10, because somebody actually gave him last rites, to prevent yourself from having repercussions. It's a willpower test at +10. You all passed?
Booyah!
What? Someone
Tom had to
And
go
we've
to
seen
girlfriend.
worse.
yeah, Tom had to go somewhere, so let's just assume he wasn't in the
I
body.
mean, Tom and I get +20 because...
You all passed! None of you get an insanity point!
I mean, this is basically magic shit, so yeah.
Tomos, even though his religion's not Sigmar and he doesn't know that much about it, we'll kind of just put the little necklace around him, or
Granny looks
put a
off,
little figure.
as you're all gathering, and Granny looks off to the side. She sees off the main road a narrow track. A raven is perched on a spaded sign, and Granny nods at the bird, then stares at it for a long moment and begins to speak to no one in particular. Foundorf, my family came from there. She looks at the ground. My father died here. Anybody want to make a common lore empire check?
I can make it.
I guess Thomas only, because, I mean, you have it, the rest of us are...
Thomas, Foundorf.
That was Isabella.
Oh, Isabella. Isabella. Foundorf was destroyed 108 years ago. You gonna say anything or share this with anybody?
Yeah.
Something's wrong with your mic, Kitty. We can barely hear you.
Oh, that's why it was up on my face. Anyway, I say Foundorf was destroyed 108 years ago, though.
She just kind of shrugs. I stopped counting years ago.
Granny? How old are you? I'm 120.
Oh, I was in my prime a bit ago. Don't worry about it.
Now that I know how quickly your humans wither and die, but still.
Thomas is going to go next to her, look to ear, and say, "Do you round this? It's your kind should have pointy ear."
Oh, I'm human. Damn. Goddamn racist. Sigmar would be ashamed of you.
No, he wouldn't.
assuming humans can't live to be 100 and still look
Thomas is a
half as
human.
good.
Thomas is a human too. You can't say racist in that case.
Yeah, she can. You called her an elf.
That's true.
Imrak looks at Thomas and says, "Oh, you like pissing off everyone, don't you? You're better at it even than I am."
Besides, we need to get moving and away from my bad memories. She kind of harumphs and tosses her hair back and walks back towards the convoy.
How destroyed were the wagons / carts that were blocking the
Firewood.
road?
Not
Excellent.
even firewood, fire kindling.
Excellent. In that case, we have kindling at least for tonight.
Do you think that's best? I mean,
Hey,
that's a come fuck us here kind of signal.
I say if we need it. Don't mean we're gonna use it. Also, if
there's
we get it-
something off about Granny now. You can't quite put your finger on it. There's just something foreboding about her as you travel the rest of the way.
Yeah, she's 100 something and a human. I realized it. I think I get it.
Granny's been
You
cavorting
guys
with the
will
beastman.
manage to get the ambush site cleared by mid-afternoon. It's still incredibly disturbing and gruesome work, especially when it comes to making sure that all of the bones to the same body end up in the same shallow grave. And lastly, Father Dietrich's body has to be recovered from the pit, as well as the guards go about checking the road to make sure there are no other pits, and then board up the one that Father Dietrich fell into, as well as the one that where you find the body of the horse that was drawing one of the wagons inside. Once everything is buried and tended to,
How decomposed is the horse?
the horse has been butchered.
Damn it.
Once everything is tended to, Thomas still finds himself in possession of a holy symbol of unusual warmth and size, while Hans is preparing camp, and he looks at all of you, and he looks very concerned. Granny's missing again, and that's where we're going to end.
Oh, god damn it.
God damn it, Granny.
Damn it, Granny!
So, I hope everyone had a good
So how do we distribute the 22 crowns that we found in the
That's up to you
original
guys.
thing?
You guys have access to the list. You can modify the list.
Well, I mean, there are 4 of us, so we give 5 to everyone and then split the 2 next time we get 2 more.
Who gets to keep the 2 until we split them?
It's in group inventory.
So,
Believe in groups.
so
Well,
I
we
mean,
are one now,
can I
so
finish?
Or we could literally divide it as everyone gets 5 gold
Guys.
and
Oh, right. I'm gonna push this
5
off today.
silver.
Guys, hold on. So you guys can talk this out momentarily. Let me wrap up the stream. So I would like to thank my top tier patrons, Song of the Void, our Anom, and Michael Bones, as well as all my $10 patrons, Floppadoodle, Mathering Saints, and Michael Martini, James Johnston, who's our newest patron, Bryce Raynard, Diego Flores, Nico Caballera, I Lurk in the Corner, Randall Lister, John Monk,
It's like you, not necessarily.
and Jesse Fishhawk, and Jen
Hot
Saika,
as
and
mine.
Jim Skatiti. Drinking Buddy for $1 freaking dollar, unless somebody objects in the next minute, is going to get the hat. Going to give you guys a minute on that one, because I know better. And I would like to thank our wonderful players. I'm sorry to Jennings. We literally had, I gave you about 20 minutes to get your stuff sorted out, and we did a mic check beforehand. I don't know what you did to your microphone between start and when it came time to take your turn. But this is a introductory module that's designed to get you guys into the game and get you guys familiar with the game systems. But hopefully it will get fixed. And I have the Middenheim book over on the shelf, so I have the full book for Middenheim for you guys. Yeah, I kind of have a lot of stuff for this RPG. I also have the armory here on the floor with me that will be unlocked and available to you guys as soon as I award something to you guys from the armory.
Okay. How much XP do we get?
0. You didn't finish the adventure. You're close.
Okay.
Very close, but you didn't actually finish the adventure.
Sorry I had to leave, people.
Yeah, it happens.
It's okay. We just wrapped up with you guys finishing clearing up the site, Father Diedrich falling into an ambush pit and dying in a horrific manner, and Hans has come up to you at camp and said Granny's missing again. I also like the armory book because it has the stinking drunk roll to see what happens table.
Yeah, that is the best table. I do nothing for sure.
So, drinking buddy, hat's yours. You own it for $1. And that's it for today, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I haven't looked up the strategy guide for Echo, so I'm not really comfortable playing Echo. But we'll be playing a video game of some sort tomorrow afternoon, hopefully for your entertainment. And I hope all the people playing the first session of an actual fantasy RPG. This is the first time we've done an actual fantasy game. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
I mean, you guys did interrupt my nap, and I'm going to keep repeating it for the next 20 years because I'm a dwarf, but still.
And you're an inch shorter than me. That means you're shorty to me.
So I'll let the player characters say anything they want to say and get it out of their system before we wrap things up. So take it away, guys.
Poor little one dwarf.
The 4 common swords that we found.
Mm-hmm.
Can I actually smelt them down for their metal because I'm a smith?
Not a wild location.
Okay. I mean, in general, like, can I do things like that in general?
The most you could do is heat up a sword to refashion the edge or such.
Okay. Anyone needs any sort of those services?
Not unless you can make bullets.
We'll talk.
Okay.
You probably have a bullet casting kit, Isabel.
I didn't find one in my trappings.
Well, it's something that you would normally have for having a flintlock weapon. You tend to have a block of metal that you can melt pieces of it down to make bullets. I'm using real life, though.
That is true.
Does the little relic thingy have any, like, special stats I need to know about?
Not yet.
Okay.
Next time we get a chance and Granny hasn't just wandered the fuck off, I'm going to try and look at the crystallized ruby more closely.
I also love how the one guy who knows literally jack shit about Sigmar has the Sigmarite artifact.
Okay, I would ask that the 4 people play do stay for a minute. I want to talk to you guys, and in the meantime, I will see everybody tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.